All right, everyone, we are here with War 3 against 4 Loki. Today I'll be taking in Storm Pyramid X, Nebula, and Mr. Negative. I have Path 3 in both sections, and I have one mini-boss on Boss Island assigned. Going in to Path 3 here, Moleman is on the first node, and just to get things started, I'm going to go ahead and place the Lightning Tempest pre-fight for Storm Pyramid X so that I start this fight in Lightning Tempest. Now, why I did that pre-fight is so that she will take 100% less damage from shock effects on this node, and this node has Hit Me, I Dare You, and while they have an armor up, you get static defense. So you're getting hit with shock debuffs, and it's just going to heal Storm. On top of that, was not able to work in a White Magneto pre-fight here to use another option for Moleman, so she has the benefit of her stun being purified and therefore placing a passive stun in its place. So my game plan going into this fight was to actually build enough power to where we got special 1 before the 10th hit of Hit Me, I Dare You. So most of this fight I'm going to be parry heavying. And then when I have a special 1, I'm going to throw a couple combos so that I'm within 4 hit range of Hit Me, I Dare You or less, so that the passive slow prevents the unstoppable from Hit Me, I Dare You. And that is pretty much the flow of this fight for the rest of the fight. So you're going to see me retaliate special 1, but not aggressively. I'm going to parry heavy a lot just because of the parry hits. It's going to push my power bar further than if I were to just strictly combo. And this is just going to help me avoid any scenario where my 10th hit of Hit Me, I Dare You is outside of the special 1, and therefore having to throw it and chance getting smacked from Moleman going unstoppable. So this is the fight. We're max boosted, so not really worried that special 1 isn't going to be enough damage to get us through this fight. There's probably an argument that can be made where you can play this fight a little bit more recklessly, build to special 2 with 5 or more prowess, and then drop it. And since it would be unblockable, technically, you don't have to worry about unstoppable. However, since Moleman does have an ability to block unblockable attacks, you definitely risk him going unstoppable in the middle of the special 2 and deciding to block your special 2 and then coming after you. So I chose not to go down that road. And obviously you can see why. Sure, it wasn't a fast fight, but it didn't take super long. So I was happy I got to bring her to war. Moving on, we have Dragonman here on Hurt Locker. Power Focus 2, taking it with Nebula since he is a robot, and we're just going to shut him down completely. So the game plan is to land an early parry to get rid of that power gain buff, and then charge to 5 charges and maintain those 5 charges until his timer for the power gain charge disappears. So taking advantage of Nebula's 100% ability accuracy reduction against robots, and just basically shutting Dragonman down. The only thing going on this node with us at 5 or more charges is that he's building the special 2 really quickly, but it's not a problem at all as he's not gaining power gain. No Mystic Dispersion is triggering here. And I do play it a little fancier than you really need to after I throw this special 3. So the game plan was to build the special 3, basically take him out with the shock damage on the back end of special 3. And unlike my Omega Sentinel fight last war, I do manage to drop a parry while we've got 20 shocks on us. But because of this special 3 overcharger, whichever her dupe ability is actually called, we get a lot of the shock back really quickly without even having to block. So yeah, she pretty much overpowers this fight. And there we go, we're at 4, now 5. And we didn't really have to charge at all to get back here, and we managed to get more health off Dragonman at a faster rate. So pretty safe fight for me. Moving on, taking a node and fight combo. You guys have seen me take a bunch. I misspoke. I believe it was War 1. I thought this node had changed to the masochism that is on path 1, the second node. And it's not. It's the same masochism. So this fight is the exact same as it was last season. Nothing new, nothing special. The only reason it looked funky last war, or the first war that I took it, was because I managed to get hit and miss a block. And that doesn't really change in this fight. But game plan, parry heavy. It's actually parry, reparry heavy. That'll put you at 5 light charges, and then parry medium, light, light. That puts us at 7 light charges with 5 on the combo meter. Evade counter, that puts us at 6 with 7 dark energy. We're going to parry medium, light, and hopefully at that point we will be ready. And see there, just missed the block. So I collect myself. I parry medium light so that we're at the 10. No unstoppable. I know that that first timer was an unstoppable, the one on the left, and it didn't trigger, so I evade countered into special 2, and now the fight's won. So now I'm just going to parry and chip away at him. He's got the regen buff going, and boop goes Manthing. So not the cleanest, missing blocks left and right on this node for some reason, but we're getting the job done. Moving on to section 2 path. The only fight here on path 3 was Nimrod. The game plan here is, yes, to build to 5 charges with Nebula and shut down all of Nimrod's abilities. However, it's going to be really easy to build to shocks here while he's got an armor up. Build the shocks while he's got an armor up. So I'm actually I am max suicides. I didn't even put willpower on or coagulate because I'm using a robot. So I have max assassin as well, and it's because the next 2 fights are Nebula fights, and I don't have to worry about throwing special attacks to win the fight. I do decide to here because you can see visibly when he's going to gain armor ups, and because of that decided to go ahead and parry into special 2 once I had enough charges, or once we got to that point. I didn't actually build the 20. I just figured the fact that I have suicides on and that we're shutting everything down, and here I'm waiting it out. Okay, so we got the special 2 out. I'm waiting for that back end timer to go away. Now the front end one. Now we're going to parry into special 2, and we're going to let him melt away. I'm going to hold block so that we can build back to 5 charges, but he's gone anyways. So Nebula being Nebula. Final fight of the war is Omega Sentinel again. This time on Polka Dot Power and Stun Reflect, and it is another rank 4. We had an extra white Magneto pre-fight because someone didn't use it earlier in war. So I asked for it here just because we wouldn't be throwing special attacks, and I really didn't want to risk trying to parry 1 hit of her special 1 to lose the charges and then have to wait to build up charges again. So I just decide to hold charges here once we get to 5, bait heavies, push her to special 1, bait out the special 1, dodge the last hit of the special 1 where she kind of does an uppercut with her cannon arm, and then retaliate. And that's the game. So block all that, dodge, retaliate. And the entire time here, I'm just thinking about how I'm placing my finger down to block before it looks like my combo actually ends, because that helps me prevent accidental parry stuns and therefore stunning myself here. And I do have max limber on, even though it probably wouldn't save me. There's a pretty good chance she'd nuke me down with an incinerate if I accidentally stunned. To be honest, in this fight, where I would accidentally stun is trying to bait out a special attack. And special 1's not going to kill me, but if I had pushed her to special 2 and tried to bait that out and accidentally stunned and she threw that, that probably would have killed me. So fight's going well. I was a little worried about block damage, being a rank 4 and all, but it was definitely easily manageable for a mini-boss node. And a lot of times I forget that. The mini-boss health pool is not large enough to be concerned about block damage. And I actually should constantly refer back to Apocalypse days where I took it with G99. And down goes Omega Sentinel. So that was the end of my war. BG2 actually tied their BG2 with 4 deaths, and we actually tied for Loki with 7 deaths, but 1 on time. So I'm happy we won, not happy with the BG performance, but hopefully we can pick it up. Move forward. First week we're 2-1, so looking like a decent start or a good start to the season. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe, like, and share, and I will catch you guys at the next one.